EliteConversations.com. EliteConversations.com. EliteConversations.com.
Hello, this is Darrell Spears with EliteConversations.com. I want to thank you guys for coming on for another episode of Elite Conversations Unplugged. It's always a great time to bring on experts to share information about you as a business owner and as an individual. EliteConversations.com has been set up really to provide small business owners like yourself a place where they can obtain knowledge, resources, and get those quality connections that they need to grow their business. So today we're going to be talking a little bit about mindfulness, talking a little bit about what we can do as business owners to really come out of that stress that we have when we're out there trying to get everything done. We're solopreneurs and wearing different hats. And we really want to share a little bit about what we can do to find that quiet time, to find that place where we can have some solitude and get away from all of the stress, yes, and all the things that life brings on with us. So I am so excited today to have Miss Pamela Little with us, and I want to share a little bit about her. Miss Little obtained a master's degree from the Bowie State University in counseling psychology with a concentration in children and adolescents. To further specialize her counseling skills, she attended the George Washington University, where she earned a master's degree in art therapy practice. Miss Little simultaneously, earned a certificate as a registered play therapist. We're going to have to talk about that, registered play therapist. Right, exactly. Miss Little is licensed in the state of Maryland and the Commonwealth of Virginia. She is a licensed clinical professional counselor and approved clinical supervisor, registered as part of the play therapist and art therapy as well. She has 15 years of helping children and adolescents and their families with a myriad of mental health challenges. In 2013, out of her passion to help others to find their true value in life, she founded SENS'RE Coaching and Consulting LLC, a grassroots company founded on the principles of promoting a healthy mind, body, and spirit, as she focused on removing the obstacles that stood between her client and their emotional self-control. So we are so glad to have Ms. Little here today. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you, thank you.
I think it's a great business that you have, and I think it's something that's needed, you know, with so many things coming at us as adults, and even more so many things that our kids have to deal with, stuff that we never even imagined as kids.
And it's building every day.
Wow.
It's building every day. I work a lot with more adolescents and adults now. I was working up until 2015 doing the play therapy with children. And I felt that the focus should be a little bit more on the parents.
Okay. Because
the children, pretty much a lot of their issues are becoming some of the bigger issues, the family dynamics. So I kind of moved away from the kids, but I still work around some of the issues when I'm dealing with the adolescents.
Okay, excellent. Share a little bit about yourself and where the passion came from to help individuals in the mental area. How did all that get started?
Well, I think it started when I was younger. I'm a true advocate for teachers as well as the students, you know, having been a student myself. But it came about when I was in elementary school, and my fourth grade teacher provided a sensory outlet for me, who I was struggling with some anxiety and some, you know, struggles with kind of sitting and learning. I didn't get a diagnosis, but some of the anxiety that I was doing was creating an environment where I could not sit and really learn probably as much as I could have had I, you know, not been dealing with a lot of anxiety. And that came about from a lot of community traumas that I experienced up before I even got 9 years old. And back at that time, parents didn't know, well, my parents didn't know how to handle, you know, how to get me an outlet to deal with those things that I had experienced. And one was like murder and a lot of high stress area. I saw two old seniors. One man hit another guy in the head with an axe.
Wow.
And a family member got in an altercation at a family reunion, and a guy's leg wound up on the fender of a Volkswagen. So it was very traumatic.
Yeah, that can be traumatic for individuals at that age.
And at that time, she helped me in providing some sensory outlet in my classroom, and then she went further and referred me to a social worker in my community who took part in my life and helped me work through those things. And by the time I got into 6th grade, I said I was going to be a clinical psychologist, not knowing what that was, but I'm close.
That's awesome.
I'm close.
That's
so,
awesome.
Yes.
And one of the things, and I keep hearing this word throughout the industry now when they talk about mindfulness and understanding how to explain a little bit about mindfulness and how we can use that as an individual and also use that as a focus for things that we want to achieve in life and in business.
Right. Mindfulness, there's some terms out there. Mindfulness is just about being aware, being in the moment, being present with yourself, your mind, your body, and your spirit, and your senses, knowing what you're feeling, what you're sensing. But I like to take it a little further for myself. It's moment to moment, but renewing your mind in the things of your thoughts. It's kind of taking your cognitive and your emotions and mirroring them together to see what's creating the conflict between what you're experiencing in your environment, and just having a way of being aware of what's going on at all times. So that's how I use mindfulness. Also to help learn how to self-regulate and to take those thoughts and say, are they really serious, or are they just something that I'm looking at in a different kind of way? So it helps with perspective as well.
That's excellent. And what are some of the creative ways that individuals can use it to, get a foundation for their mind, their body, and their spirit, and how do they bring all that together? Right.
Well, I like to use, one of the ways that I become mindful is I like to go outdoors. I walk in the mornings in a park where you're in nature, you're with nature, and you can hear the birds, you can smell the trees, you can notice the feel of the temperature. So I'm well aware of my senses as well as my thoughts. I don't judge them. I don't pay a lot of attention to them. I just notice that I'm thinking about this, but at the same time, I'm trying to connect my spirit. I'm trying to connect with my environment to just breathe in and breathe out and just be free of any kind of stress, any kind of thoughts that don't need to be dealt with at that time. So it's kind of being open-minded. And
that's excellent that you say that. And it sounds like something that you should do right when you need it instead of trying to designate a certain time of day to do whatever. So as you're going through your day as a business owner or as a career person, are there indicators that tell you, okay, you're getting stressed out or whatever, this is the time to shut it down, maybe take a walk, or what are some of the indicators that tell us that?
What I do and how I kind of coach or work with my clients, because I use it in my practice as well, is I have them, I kind of work towards a consistent time. It doesn't have to be the exact time every day, but you consistently commit to caring for your soul, is what I teach. And then you bring in the time. I recommend in the morning because that's when you start your day. You renew your mind in the morning to know what your day is going to be like, kind of knowing what priorities I have, but also starting your day off right, being in the right state of mind, knowing how to recognize those feelings, those stressors, or those triggers that may come out through the day. But if you have started your morning off in the right state of mind, grounded and rooted in what you want to work on and what you want to do in your day, that's what I promote, is consistently being committed, whether it's in the morning or in the afternoon, whenever they can fit in. But I prefer morning to kind of start it off to have a right foundation.
Okay, that's excellent. And let's talk a little bit about SENS'RE 3, the rain sticks. We're going to share a little video in a few minutes, but share a little bit about SENS'RE 3 and how that got started. And then after the video, we'll talk a little bit about the rain sticks and how we can use that to get balance in our life.
SENS'RE 3 is just what it says. It's sensory, and it's the 3, the mind, body, soul. And that came about because when I was in my graduate program, I was experiencing a little bit of anxiety and some mild depression because I had some family challenges. And one of my teachers, again, see, the teacher comes back, she introduced the rain stick in a circle form. And she used it a couple of times, and I saw so much relief in my body and in my thoughts. It helped bring the cognitive, my thoughts and my emotions together to balance them out, so that after a couple of times of using it, I asked her and I took how it was made and I made one for myself. So every day I used it, day and night, and to end my day, to begin my day and to end my day. And when it started working for me and I saw tremendous relief, I started incorporating it into my therapeutic sessions. And that's how my clients started to use it. And so SENS'RE 3, since I could not, basically they wanted the tool, I could not sell it to them. So I created SENS'RE 3 as a product, also knowing that I would be able to go into coaching. I was going to do another part of it because I have 25 years of military service as a leader, and I wanted to, be able to use my skills as a leader in leadership roles to help others in other areas of their life, not just for counseling.
Wow.
So I created SENS'RE 3 with that in mind.
With that in mind.
Exactly.
That's awesome, and I've seen your facility and the room of rain sticks and all that good stuff. So we want to take a quick few minutes and share a quick video and take a look at how the rain sticks are used. And when we come back, we'll talk a little bit about how you as a business owner can apply that to what you do on a daily basis.
Our demonstration today will be on how to integrate the SENS'RE 3 rain stick into your individual therapeutic session. Today you will see how a client can get calm and relaxed and into the room to get ready for their session. Let's watch. Hello, how are you?
I'm okay. How are you?
How was your week?
I'm okay. It wasn't as bad as the other weeks, but it was still a little rough.
Well, let's do what we normally do to get grounded into your session, because I know you mentioned earlier that you had a stressful trip here and all the rain and it just was hectic. So let's get centered, okay? All right, so let's do what we do. You sit with your bottom on the chair, feel your bottom and your back supported. Feet crossed and relaxed, drop your shoulders. And let's notice our breathing as we go into, okay? Feel that you're a little bit more centered.
A little bit more. It's a lot on my mind, so it was hard to just let it all kind of fade away.
Okay, I'll let you do it in that way. And remember to listen to the rain and don't judge any of your thoughts as they come by. Just relax. I know last week you were a little overwhelmed as well, so.
Yeah, I get it.
Right. So just remember to relax and notice your breathing.
A lot more with it being in my hand. I'm really able to listen to the rain sound.
Wow. Well, that concludes our demonstration, and I'd like to thank you for watching, and go like us on Facebook at SENS'RE 3, and SENS'RE is spelled SENS'RE, the number 3, and also to visit us on our website at www.SENS'RE3.com. Thank you.
Wow, I think that's just an awesome, awesome video, and it really shows you the impact of the rain sticks. Personally, I've seen them, I've used them, and it's just such a soothing feeling, you know. So, as a business owner, I mean, that's something that we should have in our office every day. So when we're tensed out, we can just go in the corner and pick it up.
When you get tired of working on that report, or you're getting ready to come from a long meeting, and you just, you know, just need a little break, pull it out the corner and take a few minutes, 1 to 3 minutes, or as long as you need to actually feel yourself really calm. And all you simply do is append it and just listen to the sound of the rain, and your thoughts, don't judge them. Notice your breathing. There's a way of bringing your emotions in, and you're regulating your breathing as well as the calm in your thoughts, and just relaxing, because all you're doing is really listening to the sound of the rain until you find yourself calm. And in your spirit, you will tell yourself, it will say, you know, you'll know that's enough. It's just enough. And then you put it away and go about your day. So
what's the history behind the rain sticks? Is that something you use more internationally than here?
Well, they go back hundreds of years in Chile and Brazil, different places. They were made out of bamboo and different mahogany woods. However, they were used as instruments, as percussion instruments. So when you hear the sound, or they would shake them. However, I use them, you know, for the mindfulness because of the sound and of the natural sound of rain and how calming that is. So that's the other thing, and why I chose to use that. And I know music and different things can help, but it's nothing like a rain stick. And also, if you consistently use it when you're away, and see, that's the other thing of mindfulness, is being able to change your thought, your process, and how you can regulate your emotions and your thoughts together with your brain, changing the brain by doing that consistently. So Dan Siegel, who is who talks about a lot of mindfulness, if you do that consistently for say 6 to 8 weeks, you have changed the way that your brain functions and operates. So if you rule out all those negative thoughts, bring in the positive, and you want to keep yourself mindful all the time, you just think of that, because now you have changed it with something, with the touch, you know, the sensory piece of it. And when I'm, you know, going somewhere, should have left a little early, and I find myself racing, I can just tell myself, I think, just listen to the rain, and I know that it's going to bring me into a calm. And that's also because I've been using it over and over, and my brain will automatically know that means to calm down, to settle down. And when I do that, it happens every time. So it's consistently using it.
And I think that's important, because I love the rain too, and I actually use a sound machine sometimes when I'm doing work or rain. But it's something different when you have that in your hand, and it's not only listening to it, but to feel it moving from side to side. It really is therapy in terms of how you use it.
And that's the piece I want to, when I use, I'm trying to incorporate it for the teachers to use in the classroom with the students, is because it's that frontal lobe. You can strengthen the frontal lobe. So now you have mind, body, and the cognitive piece, because that's one of the most, that's where sensory integration and memory are. It strengthens the processing, the planning, as well as the touch and the speech, and you know, all our senses are wrapped up in your memory up here in your frontal lobe part. So if you can get that organized and be able to take that step-by-step process, and even learning how to problem solve, and that's what's happening with a lot of the students today. They don't know how to problem solve. They're all over the place with whether it's a diagnosis or not, but doing something mindful, something as simple as listening to the rain in a classroom when the kids is getting fidgety or impulsive, they have disruptive behaviors, the teacher can allow that student to go to the back of the room or wherever she would like, and use that rain stick for 1 minute or 30 seconds, just for that child to know that I have something in the class, to not send them to the office to, you know, disrupt the class. Also, the child is not going to learn, and you know, that brings more behavior problems, because in that frontal lobe, in that area, that's also where the behavior issues are as well. So it's a mighty tool, it's a powerful tool, and it's safe. The children won't use it as a weapon. They'll like it so much. Plus, it's tactile. Kids want to touch things. They want to be able to play with things, but also when they know it's beneficial, I think they will enjoy it.
Yeah, and that's awesome. And we're going to share a little bit more about how you can get your rain stick before we finish today, because I think it's a valuable resource. And you have another half of your business that I think is just as creative. How do you use the art? I've been to your office, and just it's so beautiful how you have it set up with the sound and the music. Share a little bit about the art side of mindfulness, and how you can use that to really not only get into a place of solitude, but actually determine where you are
Exactly.
and mentally in a
Ex-
certain space. So it's
Exactly.
very
The art, creating art is, and I'm not an artist, it's just I know how to use the materials, and that's what I will teach the individuals who come into my art studio on how to use that. But being mindful and using the art goes hand in hand, because once I know in my mind where I am and what I want to create, what I want to do, I can use nonverbal and create it in an image. And then we can look at it from there and say, wow, they come together. This is what I'm thinking, what I'm sensing, and this is what it can come out to be. So once you get mindful, you get clear and focused, then I can create what's in there. It's like I like to use the word deep sea diving. Let's go in, and some things you need, some things you don't, and the things that you want, you pull them out and you create using the art. The art has also been used for years on how to reconcile conflict in the mind and in the body. You know, so we use it with military as well as in hospitals, cancer patient people. Art is a beautiful tool to use. And so being mindful helps get clarity, for one, and be able to create that image on where you are, whether it's negative parts, some pain or pleasure. You can still use those two together. And I found that even in my stressful times and even in things that are not stressful, I still use it as a tool to be able to problem solve some issues that I may have.
Wow, that's awesome. And share a little bit about your space and your facilities, what people can expect if they was to come. I know you're certified in Maryland and Virginia. What are some of the things that they can expect when they come to your studio? Is it open to business owners that might want to come in and get some education?
I'm there Monday through Friday, and I have every day of the week I offer from 11:30 to 1 what I call a creative hour for entrepreneurs, business owners, adults to come in for their lunch hour and just have some quiet time to do work, whether it's just writing or reading, or if they want to create. I can work around and help them do that, or they can just come in on their own and just want to create. So it's no pressure. I use my facility is totally calming and warm and inviting, and I do that because we get all this stress on the outside. I want them to come in where I can provide a safe environment for them to be able to create or just relax. I have a water fountain in the waiting area, and then as they ushered into the back into the studio, there's calming music, as well as I show them how to get grounded with the rain sticks before they create any art.
Okay. And outside of the rain sticks and art, are there any other services that you provide for individuals?
Pretty much I do some coaching. I do a little consulting with therapists because I'm a licensed supervisor, so I do some consulting with other clinicians that are moving towards full licensure as well. And then I coach a little bit, some in my field, some colleagues, as well as I'm working towards coaching with some teachers again to help them create a safe and a sensory classroom for their students. So I do that, as well as Sensational Thursdays. I also, on the third Thursday of the month, for an hour, 7 to 8, I allow adults, and I would just say it could be college students, just adults, entrepreneurs, parents, to come in and just enjoy an hour of creating art in an environment where we learn to get grounded, be mindful, and just create art. There's no wine, but I do have some snacks. But they get to create whatever comes up for them, and then we get mindful first, and then they can create. And if they have questions, we can go around the room and answer them, or if they want private, I can do that as well.
That's excellent, and I just think it's a great opportunity for individuals to get connected. And I think you've even talked about maybe creating a space where individuals that are creative, like authors and writers and stuff, can have a place that's tranquil. They can come and really use their skills in whatever area that they're doing.
Because as I said, with mindfulness with me, it's mindfulness is really getting to being grounded in who you are and have an open heart to receive and acknowledge, to accept, and to trust those things that come up, and to work towards their truth, to find their true value. And that's where their purpose is birthed, in that time of being mindful, and the art is where it can be created.
This is awesome. And again, we've been talking to Ms. Pamela Little, the CEO of SENS'RE Coaching and Consulting, LLC. And this has been an outstanding discussion on some creative ways, to get balance in your life, to find that space where you can grow and be in tune with your mind, body, and spirit. So we appreciate that. And before we go, we want you to share how individuals can get in touch with you and also how they can get one of these rain sticks moving forward. So share your information about how folks can reach out to you and get connected to with your services.
You can call me. My number is 240-573-7155, and you can email me at plittle@sensory3.com, or go to my website at www.sensory3.com, and then you can go on to the sales tab and order rain sticks. The rain sticks are created or made according to height. So you don't have, I can't have a 5-year or 6-year-old using the 52-inch long one. But they're made according to height, and it's on the website. So visit my website. It gives demonstrations and videos on how to use it. But if they have any questions, you can feel free to call me at 240-573-7155.
Excellent. Well, definitely go out and get your rain stick, and definitely give Pam a call, especially if you're in the area in the DMV and you are looking for an opportunity to just get some instructions and get some advice on how to find that balance. So again, my name is Darrell Spears. I'm with EliteConversations.com. It's been a pleasure again having you to join us. We're here every Thursday, 7 o'clock. So come back. As you can see, we have great guests here that can provide a range of information that we just can't find everywhere. But we thank you, Pamela, for all of the wealth of knowledge that you've given us today. We look to have you back again soon, but I appreciate everything. We could, we didn't get to that play therapy. We have to see. We're going to have to come back to talk about play therapy. But thanks again for joining us. My name is Darrell Spears. This is EliteConversations.com. You have a great evening.